Okay, hi. So I just finished the second episode of Pokemon Journeys, the series, and so the first line when I came back, like after I was about 10 minutes in, was someone like just some random stranger, like all these trainers who were like throwing their Pokeballs. He was like, "Yeah, it's a raid battle," and I was like, "Oh." I was like, I don't know if this is exactly what raid battles are, just Pokemon trainers throwing things willy-nilly against a non-Dynamax Pokemon. Like I know he's like legendary and all, but like, and nobody took any photos. They were just like, let's fight him. Like, this isn't. I played a lot of Sword and Shield, and like I know how raid battles work, but like, you can't all get a copy of Lugia in the real world. That's not how it works. Like, I'm sorry, fam, but you can't. I don't know what their plan was, but they sure had a plan. And so I'll say, and Ash, he did recognize that it was a Lugia. Um, he was just like, look, it's Lugia. Like he knew. He didn't like pull out his stupid Pokedex or whatever and be like, what's this Pokemon? Um, oh, also, I had forgotten to say that like in the flashback where they were like eight, Go was in it, and he was like in the forest around like Professor Oak's lab because he was like on a camp tour thing or whatever with Professor Oak and some other kids, and he saw Mew, like, and so this would have been like before like Pokemon, the first movie or whatever, and everything. So like it was Mew, and watch Mew battle a Nidoking, and now he's like Mew. I love Mew, and um, so there was that, and so anyway, so like Ash wants to have wants to battle Lugia. Like, he doesn't want to catch it or anything. He's just like, yeah, battle me, because like that's what Ash is about. He just wants to like have fun and fight people, and so like Lugia starts to fly away and he starts like climbing on Lugia's foot, like up his foot, and at the same time Go like leaps off a cliff and catches onto Lugia's tail, and so now they're both on Lugia's back, and like like they both jumped on Lugia's back, and everything, and Go little less, he's not as annoying as I thought he was going to be because he was annoying as a kid and that's really all I had seen of him, but he was like, oh wow, look at the way his fins move. Whoa, look. Oh, it's rougher. The skin is rougher than I thought it would be. And he's like filming everything. Whereas Ash is like, ah, and like hugs one of the fins, warm, just like Lugia should be. And I was like, okay, is that kind of a way to say that he's ridden, like he knows what it's like to ride on a Lugia's back, but like not say it so that it's not making a callback, but it's not like going against canon, I guess. Nothing's really canon, and I know that, but I don't know. It makes my heart happy that it could fit into what I consider canon, I guess. As I said, I stopped watching after season 5. I worked like so after Johto, once Misty left, I was like, I'm out. I can't, like, because Brock was also leaving. Then I was like, I can't deal with new people. I'm done. I was going into middle school at that point. I got super into Digimon instead, so um, took a big swing. But okay, they're on Lugia's back. Ash is just like, yeah, having fun, and Go was like, wow, look at all this interesting stuff that nobody knows, and now I know. So, and like Lugia, I don't know exactly, like, so Lugia like takes him and like dives underwater, and I don't know if I just like kind of started telling you the story of the episode instead of just complaining about bits or like explaining, but whatever. So he dives underwater, and I was like, oh, Lugia's trying to drown him, and everything. But then when they both were like, oh, we can't breathe, and like Pikachu was like that too, Lugia came back out and was like, psh, and like I guess cared, and then like Lugia like sat them down gently in this flower field, and I was like, okay, um, and like when they went back and like showed the videos to Professor Cerise is what it is. Cerise. I don't remember what I said I thought it was, but it is Cerise. They showed the video to Professor Cerise and Professor Oak and like told them all about it, and Ash's mom, who was also there. And Ash was like, "Yeah, for a moment we were friends with Lugia." And they're like, what do you mean, Ash? What does that mean you were friends with Lugia? And he's like, "Yeah, we locked eyes, and I got a tingly feeling like all down my body, you know, like you do when you look at your friends." And they're like, "Mm-hmm. Sounds like real legit, Ash." And he was like, and then he was like, it was right about when we dove into the water that I got this like tingles up my spine or whatever. And also, I heard a voice that said, "Here we go." And they're like, oh god, that sounded like Mario. "Here we go!" It's fucking Mario time. Oh my god. So, oh, I have no idea what I was saying. So, I heard a voice here we go," and like Go and Professor Cerise were like, "Oh my god, he talked to you." And in my head, like and Ash was like, "Yeah," like, and like I was like, "Well, in Pokemon 2000, like Lugia did like communicate telepathically with Ash," and like I'm not sure if this particular Lugia was communicating telepathically with Ash, but or if he just imagined it, but it was like a nice kind of like callback, or at least it wasn't like a callback or reference or anything. I at least got something out of it, even if it was just a chuckle. Um, and so then Professor Cerise is like, this is where it took a turn from where I was expecting the series to go. Professor Cerise is like, "Hey, why don't you be my like research assistant?" And I was expecting like Ash to be like, "Nah, I gotta get to the what I gotta get to the Galar region that and like fight the Pokemon League and stuff." And then and Go was gonna be like, "Yeah, I have to see more of the world," because he just like lives there and like goes to school and stuff. He's like, "I have to go see the world to see more Pokemon." They're both like, "Yeah, awesome!" And like and then like the professor's like, "Here's your dorm rooms," and like puts like, and they're like gonna like live in Vermilion City like with him and be his research assistants. And like I'm like, okay, are we done? Is Ash done like going on adventures like that? I mean, I bet he goes on adventures. I'm pretty sure they've said he goes to like all the regions, but is he done like, "I gotta go get a gym badge"? Like, what is happening? It's been 2 episodes and Team Rocket hasn't been here, but they're in the opening, so I know that they're there. But it's made like the lack of them has made me uncomfortable. So and then Professor Cerise was like, "Oh, Go, you need a Pokemon. You don't have one." Even though Ash has had one for like 25 years. And he pulls out like they're in Kanto, so it's like, "Do you want a Bulbasaur, a Charmander, or a Squirtle?" And Go's like, "I choose Mew." And like he's like, "I chose long ago that my first Pokemon would be Mew and nobody else will do." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Like I know you saw him, like, which is great and all, but like nobody really thought Mew existed. Like until like I don't like till researchers and like I don't know where that fit on the timeline, like, or where we are now of like the Mewtwo thing. And like Ash's memory was erased of it. He doesn't remember Mewtwo or Mew. I know that there was like a Mewtwo Returns movie where they saw Mewtwo again, but I don't remember much about it. I had a VHS of it that broke when I was young, and I've never been able to find, like, never like saw another copy. And I don't remember if they like have their memories back at the end of that or something, or if they ever got their memories back, or if this was just like, "Hello, I am Ash, you are friend Mewtwo." Um, but I guess it doesn't matter because it's Pokemon. Who cares? Like they'll just do whatever they want. Um, and so yeah, so they're in their dorm rooms, and they're so annoying. Like this is what I mean. Like I could see in the old anime, like when there's bunk beds, I could see Ash whining about wanting the top bunk. Like that seems like he would do. I mean, or like arguing, but like in this anime, like him and Go like physically fight each other, like just like shoving and stuff, but like in a very like exaggerated comical manner, and like that's what it is. Just everything is really exaggerated in this, like, and like Pokemon wasn't exactly realistic before, but it just there's just a lot more like physical humor, I guess, in it, like with the fighting and like at one point like Ash was like scrambling on his belly because he really wanted to pet this Yamper, and like honestly, like who could blame him? Like I feel that, but like that was the first time I feel like, ooh, the tone of this is very different. Like I feel like they go for the joke. Um, there's a saying in theater, uh, go ask for the salt, not the laugh, and which is in reference to a person who was doing a show. I don't know what show it was, and like there was a dinner scene and something really tense was going on, and they like ad libbed past the salt, like while like during it, and like the audience laughed like super loudly, and then like the following like he did it again, but people didn't really laugh as much and he didn't know what he was doing wrong, and it was because he was trying to play that moment for humor, whereas it's funnier if he's just eating and literally asking for the salt. And like that's a lesson that's really stuck with me, but that is what I feel like is happening here, and I understand that it's a show for kids and the jokes might need to be a bit more like emphasized, because like Lord knows I watch lots of shows like that and enjoyed them, like, and like I would enjoy this one. It's just I'm gonna keep watching, especially because I haven't seen Team Rocket, but like I'm really interested to see, like, I'm really just interested to see where it goes. And I think the like different feel of the show, as someone who hasn't watched in so long, like it's taken me a bit to get over. Like I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that kind of like explicit, like not explicit humor, so it'd be like you know, explicit in the other way, like here's the humor, laugh at it, is bad. It was just more in my face than I was expecting, I think. Like it didn't feel like the same humor as the 90s Pokemon. And I had gone in expecting this to kind of be a reboot, so in my head it wasn't the same Ash, but then when I found out like those adventures had happened, I guess, maybe, I don't know. The show, who knows? There's a whole bunch of timelines and I'm tired. Like, maybe this is a universe without Mega Evolution, maybe it's the one with Mega Evolution, maybe it doesn't matter. Probably just doesn't matter and I should just enjoy Pokemon. But like, those are my thoughts. Oh, no, I did have another thought. Oh, I had a couple more thoughts. So like, that's a lie. I'm a big liar. One, when Delia, Ash's mom, left, she decided to leave Mr. Mime with him, and I'm excited for this because like, so this is going to be a Pokemon where Ash isn't traveling around as much. Like it's not a travel show. It's him in one place. He has a room. He's in Vermilion City, like, and he is like relatively close to his mom. Like I don't know how long the drive was, but they like left in the morning and were there in Vermilion City. And for like somebody who doesn't drive, like his mom, even if it's an hour drive, his mom can't drive him to work every day, and he can't drive because he's 10 forever or whatever. And so, like, I'm excited for that. So she leaves Mr. Mime with him to watch over him. And, like, Ash's mom's Mr. Mime has not gotten the love it deserves in this show. Ever. I am really excited to see, like, I hope he's not just tossed aside. Like, I want him to be a central part of the show. Like, not as big as, like, Pikachu or something, but, like Misty Psyduck level, you know, of engagement in the series. Like, I want Mr. Mime around. I want Mr. Mime calling Ash's mom when Ash doesn't do it. So I'm excited about that. That part made me really happy, and that's when I was like, I'm definitely watching a few more episodes at least. So the other thing was like, um, so like Go has like this motto that he said a billion times. And hold on, I wrote it down so I could get it right. It's my future, I'll hold it in the palm of my hands. And it was cool the first time he said it when he was 8. I was like, okay, cool, but then he kept saying it. And I don't know if like Anthony, if you're watching this, husband, if you're watching this, obviously you have, but like it just reminds me of in Tales of Symphonia 2, Emil, he gets like the motto and like of courage is the magic that turns dreams into reality. And that is what it reminds me of, and I always like use that as an example of just like, I don't know, anytime I hear a model that's just like, okay, we get it, there's a little too much going on there or something. I don't know. I can't explain it. It just seemed a little much. And like they say it so much, it gets annoying. Like that's what I think of. And I'm like, I hope, like he said it like 3 times in the second episode. Like that's 20 minutes. Like it is a 21-minute episode. That's like once every 7 minutes, which is way too much to be saying your motto. Like, so I hope that, like, I could see that being annoying. So I don't know. So that's my thoughts on the first 2 episodes of Pokemon Journeys, the series. I did end up uploading that first one to YouTube. In theory, it's still kind of like in the process of that, but I did do it. So I'll probably upload this one there as well. I like no one is gonna watch them, and I kind of like low key hope nobody does. If I go viral, I'll probably throw up. Oh my god, can I cut that out? Like, I don't want to insinuate that I'm gonna go viral with anything, because like I'm just sitting here talking, and it's been 17 minutes, and I have spent a total of about 37 minutes talking about two 21-minute episodes of Pokemon. Like this is just who I am as a person. So I'm gonna sign off for this one. I guess these are like my video diaries or my anti-crazy diaries. I'm just gonna let myself say whatever I want. Like no one's gonna watch these anyway. I'm gonna make another one like soon because I went on a rant with my husband today about what GameStop needs to do, and I feel like I should make that into video. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I might try it, but like I feel like it's not going to be as like nice and fresh because I feel like I've thought about it too much. Like whereas I was having the conversation with him, it was just like blah, blah, like kind of garbling out me, and you could see my like gears working in my head or something. Like I thought I was being clever, but as I like say it again, basically like what it comes down to is like I thought I was making good points like in the moment, but when I like go back and rethink them, they're probably shit points, and I will be embarrassed and not want to upload them. So just like I'm embarrassed right now because I have talked on way too long and I should have just signed off a long time ago. So oh god, what am I doing with my life? Okay. I guess bye friends, if I have friends. Bye future me, who's probably the only one watching this. I love you. Be safe. Don't die.